everybody. I'm here today to talk to you about how to stay safe on a road trip. I'll be going over 7 crucial driving safety tips that will allow you to remain safe when going on a road trip. I've been on a handful of road trips, and I will say that there are some safety things that you need to do to remain safe. And these are super important, so let's get right into the video. Number 1 is inspect your vehicle before you go. You want to inspect your vehicle a couple of days before you're going on the road trip to look for any major concerns, anything that needs to be repaired. And then you want to inspect your vehicle right before you leave. What you don't want to do is start driving without looking at your vehicle, not realizing that your tire pressure was low. You drive for 15-20 minutes and then you have a flat tire. That's not a good start to your road trip. So inspect your vehicle before you go, a couple of days before you go, and then immediately before leaving. Number 2 is stay focused on the road. I know you're going on a road trip, you're going to probably want to play some road trip driving games and stuff like that, but stay focused on the road. You can have fun while remaining focused, okay? Your focus on the road should be your main concern. Yes, if you're going on a long road trip, you're going to see cool things. You're going to see landmarks. You're going to see awesome bodies of water. Whatever the case is, I get it, and you're going to look at them. Of course you are. But stay focused on the road. Your main focus should be on the road in front of you. Number 3 is plan a route. What you don't want to do is just drive aimlessly. Okay, you can do that to a certain degree, but that's if you don't know where you're going. If you're just driving randomly, then you're just going to keep driving in whichever direction you choose. What you don't want to do is you don't want to pick a destination and not know how to get there, because then you're going to be trying to find out which way to go to get there while you're driving, and that's dangerous. So if you're planning a destination, then you need to plan the route along with the destination to get you there safely. It'll allow for a safer road trip. Number 4 is have an emergency kit. You need an emergency kit in your car, okay? You can buy one prefabricated. Those are awesome. You know, they work really, really well. Or you can make your own. I've always made my own because I like to have things to the extreme. I like to be ready for anything at all. But definitely the prefabricated emergency kits are also good. But what you should have, a few of the things that you should have at the minimum are booster cables, something to repair a flat tire, something to swap out a rim, like a wheel of a flat tire, a spare tire for your vehicle, you know, like one of the triangular cones that have a reflective surface, a blanket, a flashlight, some bottles of water. I like to have a battery booster so that, you know, if I don't have to wait for someone to jump my battery, I can boost it myself with one of those devices. You know, there's lots of things that you need. An emergency medical kit should be in your trunk. But, you know, those are the minimum, but there's lots more that should be included in the minimum as well. That's just an idea to get you started. But, you know, use those and branch off from there as to what you think would be beneficial or necessary if you're ever, unfortunately, in an emergency situation on that road trip, okay? Number 5. Take regular breaks, okay? You need to take regular breaks. You know, I drove to Thunder Bay a few times. My wife's family, extended family, lives there. So back in the day before, like when we were just dating, before we were engaged or married, before we had our own family and stuff, we went there and my father-in-law drove, and I remember he drove like, I swear he drove for like maybe 15 hours straight with no breaks. I'm like, first of all, I'm like, how do you not have to go to the bathroom, number 1, okay? But secondly, it's not safe, right? And I kept, you know, he wasn't my father-in-law at the time, so I just said, please, Ed, can you please pull over just for a couple minutes? Anyways, long story short, when I drove with my family, with my wife, well, I drove a few times with her as my fiance, and then with my wife and our kids, I took regular breaks, okay? And she drove some of the time as well. You need to take regular breaks to just repair your mind. If you're just focused on the road for hours and hours and hours on end, everything's gonna start becoming sort of like, not blurry, but almost like foggy to a certain degree with regards to how you're thinking. Things just blend into each other. So I recommend that you take a break as often as you need. I always recommend like every 2 hours, just like 5 minutes of stretching, bathroom break, maybe to eating a snack, whatever the case is. Take regular breaks. Number 6 is stop to eat. Don't eat while you're driving. Now, I understand you're having some chips, you're having some pretzels, you're taking a drink of water, you're taking a drink of coffee while you're driving, whatever the case is. I totally get that. That's totally fine in my opinion. But I'm talking about like eating a sub while you drive, or eating a burger and poutine while you're driving, or eating a burger and fries. You know, like when it comes to those kinds of things, I've you know, like in my younger days, I've eaten and driven. You know, it is what it is. But I realize that it's really not a good idea. Right? Thankfully, I realized at like a very, very young age when I first got my license, it's probably not a good idea to eat a bagel while you drive or eat a burger while you drive, because something is inevitably going to fall on the floor. You're going to try and get it or look at it, and it becomes dangerous. It's not the act of going like this and holding the steering wheel that makes it dangerous. It's everything else that might occur when you're eating and driving. Something falling, crumbs falling on your lap, you spill sauce on your shirt, you know, you wipe it off. Your wife says to you, Mike, why did you spill the sauce on your shirt? I'm just kidding. Anyways, yeah, stop to eat. Right? And you don't need to eat often. We're talking about 3 meals a day, because there's snacks you can have in the car while you're driving. So, you know, stop to eat. And you're probably not going to be driving from breakfast till dinner, right? I'm assuming you're going to maybe eat breakfast and lunch when you stop to eat. And dinner, you might be stopped for the night to eat, okay? So, yeah, stop to eat. Last but not least is number 7, which is check your insurance to see whether or not you're covered for wherever you're going. This is super important. I have spoken to a few people who started driving. They went on a road trip, something bad happened, they got into an accident, a little minor fender bender, 2 specific people that I'm referring to, 2 of my friends, and their insurance they weren't covered where they were. So you just check with your insurance. Like I said, I don't know what your insurance is, and I can't tell you what mine is. I don't even know whether or not I'm covered in terms of the insurance that I have now. So you should check your insurance before you go and find out whether you're covered. When I went on the road trips, I was covered. But if I was gonna go on another road trip right now, I would call my insurance. Just say, listen, I'm headed to blah, blah, blah. I just want to make sure I'm covered for driving there and for anything that happens, okay? You also want to check if you have emergency type of insurance, where if you have a flat tire along the way, if you pay for that repair or the tow, if they're going to cover you for that as well. So it's good to know. Just call. It's a few minutes on the phone. Call your insurance and just ask them so you have an answer. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.